Okay. Hi guys, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Kevin.
And I'm Maku.
And we're huge
Huge
gaming.
Gaming.
Welcome back to our second episode with our podcast. As usual, we're just going to kind of casually talk about stuff that we want to talk about. Some stuff that I know that we were all kind of casually interested in is Fortnite's new gaming mode. The one with no buildings. Now, Maku, you have played it, correct?
Yes, it is phenomenal.
Now, have you played a lot of Fortnite, the Battle Royale with building before, and how long ago was it?
I played Fortnite when it first launched its Battle Royale mode so many years ago. There's actually a couple of videos on my YouTube channel of me playing it. And even then, I never really got the aspect of the whole builder thing. I was more of like I'll hide in a bush and then ambush somebody that comes by, or I'll go into the ring and then look for a bush and then wait.
Bush gotcha.
I was a bushman.
You're a bushman. No, I gotcha.
Battle Royale stuff.
Old Battle Royale. And at the time, I thought it was fun because I didn't really understand Battle Royales at the time. And so I did play it for a bit. But then I just got tired of it and dropped off and haven't really touched it in like years afterwards. But this new no build mode to me, and the whole fact that they added all these new like features that like for maneuverability, so like you have a sprint, and your sprint has a cooldown, but you have like a super sprint along with that, and during your super sprint you can slide. You could jump a little farther. You have like this like whole like different animation of jumping, and you have like a downhill slide, and you have like a crouch slide when you swing. It's to me, it just plays a lot better, and I kind of dig it, and I play it. I've been playing it for a couple times.
Oh,
You got some of the Apex movement.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It feels more like, I know you probably don't understand this stuff, but there was a game called Vanquish,
Yeah, don't know of it.
and it's by the people who made Bayonetta.
I shown you. It was like the robot slowdown thing where I was like flipping all over the place and shooting people.
Oh, okay.
The sliding kind of feels like that in a way.
All right.
And it's very fast. It's very fast paced. My only gripe with it, my only gripe is that there are definitely like bots.
Well, I mean, yeah, what Battle Royale doesn't probably have.
But to the point where it doesn't feel like you're actually playing against real people.
Oh, you're playing against AIs, or
It feels
is
like
it?
that.
It's supposed to be AIs.
Are you sure? Or is it just like little Timmy on his mom's iPad?
Yeah.
No, because I would shoot somebody, and they'll be walking in a direction, right? And then I'll shoot them, and then they'll just stop, and then turn, and then just constantly move a little bit without trying to get cover or any way. They just start shooting, and they walk a little bit, and then shoot.
I'm like, if it is little Timmy, he's like,
little
"Don't
if it's
hurt
little Timmy,
me!"
If it's
The
little
only
Timmy, then
bad thing
fine.
I think is that all the good people are returned to Fortnite, because when I played for that little stint when I just played it by myself, I think it was like a dinosaur event, I got fucking winner chicken dinner, my first fucking thing, and I was like, fuck you kids.
Yeah, I've got a
I'm
lot of
the
fucking
goal.
chicken dinners on it, but I honestly think that they actually put AIs in it, and then it feels like if you have like a low ranking on the battle pass, and then on your level of your account, it honestly feels like they just put you against like low levels, and then I think that's how they scan your skill base, and then they'll put you into service with people your matching skill base.
Well, that's good. Then I guess you just have to technically get a little bit more practice in, which is fine. Not that practice isn't bad, but then probably after a bit, it might bump you up to higher difficulty people. Then.
Right, but I would assume they would actually state that, like, look, you're going to be playing AI for a bit, but this is just to see your skill, and then if your skills, and we're going to match with people with the same skill level.
Okay,
I would assume that, but they don't say that. They just throw you in there.
Yeah, I mean,
you're thinking like, oh, I got a battle royale, I got to fucking win on my first gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, because again, when Kevin and I played, when it first was just a PvE base building zombie horde game. And then when it became a battle royale, like we were fine, you know, like we played it, we did good. And then when we, you know, I know that we took a little break, and then when we came back, like I was getting kills. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, but like it was very easy for me to kill people in that game, which is weird because typically I'm bad at, you know, battle royales. So I mean, like, again, it could be that people are, you know, maybe the actual good players are coming back, because I know that Fortnite is just jam-packed full of children. Mainly,
everybody,
you know, it's like,
everybody and their mother is playing Fortnite.
Yeah, right, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm excited to try it if it has no building, because that was the thing that made me get turned off on the game the most, was that I hated needing to build. I hated needing to set up my hotkeys just to make sure that I could build, to be like, oh, you're shooting me?
The sole fact that we're even discussing about it is because there was a no build mode, and that says something.
Which is exciting.
It's great. And it feels great. It doesn't seem like someone, like you shoot someone and the building just falls down on the ground. It's like, why?
I can't. Oh man, I don't know. That was definitely something that was kind of again iffy when I first played it. And then I know that we've all been playing Elden Ring still, countless times.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention that they recently got an update where they added more NPC quest lines. They did some balance changing. So now instead of seeing everyone with the moon veil, you now see everyone with the, what is it, Rivers of Blood? Rivers of Blood is the only thing you see in PvP. You don't even see people using moon veils. You just see Rivers of Blood. They're like, I'm gonna go in, slice, blood lost, you're dead.
So what? Because I never PvP and I never really go against like other players. Oh, actually, I take that back. The only times I did PvP, I did it for the 3 times that I needed to go.
Did you actually try to fight him, or?
Yeah, I actually tried to. And what does the moon veil look like, or what does the?
It's a katana. It's a katana we were talking about last night. It's the intellect-based dex katana. Pretty much, you can sheath it, and then you either have a straightforward slash of magic, or you have a side slash of magic, like an arcing slash. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, people use that straightforward slash to try to get you, and that's what we were met with. A lot of times, it was so overpowered that people would be like, "I got you to half health. Say hello to my katana that's now going to half health you as well in one shot." And
it's a katana that does this.
Yeah, it's a katana.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's super nice.
But they nerfed it by like delaying the casting speed of it, so it's not as fast as it used to be.
God, it was quick. Yeah. I mean, I've still killed up my select few people because, you know, again, Kevin and I play co-ops, so we're constantly getting invaded.
I would assume you would be fighting more people than I am, because I don't really co-op with anybody in this one.
Yeah, I mean, whenever we actually group up to do like a big group co-op, like, we're gonna constantly get invaded. Like, it's been, again, like, we'll sit at the Grace, I'll summon him, within 5 seconds an invader will enter. Like, the instant that it says, you are now in multiplayer, enjoy the invasions.
Yeah, whenever we decide to play, I'll definitely make like a different character or whatever, because I'm definitely going to do a third playthrough.
I'll be the pure healing faith class. Kevin will be the pure DPS one. You could just be a face tank galore. We're just going to go like that.
Literally every single game we play.
We'll just go in there like, oh, hey. Well, I'm going to call myself the healer. You'll be the tank. Kevin will be the DPS.
Kevin will be Kevin.
Yeah, just Kevin.
I'm gonna name myself FF Logs.
Yes. Now, last time we had talked, Maku, you were getting hyped because Testament was going to be coming out.
Testament's coming. I have still not got my hands on it because I was getting preoccupied with other games. So probably later on this week, I'm gonna get him and then test him out. It does look interesting. His moveset is a little bit different. Because I watched a couple of videos on it, and his moveset is it's nice, and it's different from what he used to do, but now he's but it still kind of has that familiarity. He's always been like a weird zoner type, kind of almost like air quote zoner type. That's projectile heavy characters. That's for people who don't know what a zoner is.
Okay, good.
Or a ranged kind of person. He seems different, but he still has his old stuff, and I don't know. It's just I'm curious about him because we haven't seen him in years, and then he's not even in the storyline for years, and then all of a sudden,
Hey,
boom,
I'm here. I'm back, guys.
So I'm excited to play it, and I can't wait to get my hands on it.
That's gonna be good. Kev, did you want to talk about One Piece Odyssey?
I mean, I love One Piece. I haven't kept up with it because there's just so much to catch up on.
Like most people.
Yeah, I've seen some of the pictures. It looked pretty good, but like I know some of the other games kind of were like meh, apparently. But then if it's like a long kind of open world type of One Piece thing, I'm really excited for it.
So what do you think if it's like what Kakarot was also an open world Dragon Ball-esque game?
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be like that, or?
I don't know. I haven't read too much into it. I kind of want to be surprised, but at the same time, I also want to see people who have hands-on with the game.
Is it made by the people who did Kakarot?
I'm not sure. I was gonna look that up really quickly.
I'm gonna talk about Rune Factory real quick. I just want to get that out of the way. So Rune Factory, I've been loving it. It has slight lag, which sucks beyond belief.
Welcome to Switch.
I know. Well, it just sucks because like you go out there, like you go out into the world, and first off, like every time you go in a house or out of a house, like it's a good maybe like 15 seconds loading, which I seems short, but again, like it's pretty long when you just think about like, oh, I gotta sit here for 15 seconds while it loads. It's been pretty fun though. It's definitely been they guilt you. I just found out. I was mindset for a week in the game to woo one person so that they could join my party so I could woo them easier, because if they're in your party they get like passive friend points, so to say, because they're always with you. And so I was like, I gotta woo this person. So I would literally, my day would consist of wake up, go feed him a dish, go tend to my crops, go to bed. And then I would do it again. I would wake up, feed him a dish, go to bed, or go to my crops, go to bed. So then I went to the other NPCs the other day for an event, and they're like, hey, I know it's been a while. Do you remember who I am? I'm like, yeah, I know who you are. It's been a couple of days since we last spoke. I'm like, oh, okay, you're guilting me. Now I'm not going to skip a day of talking to you guys because you're upset that I skipped a day, maybe. So I was just like, all right. But it's been super fun. It's definitely been everything that I wanted in a Rune Factory game.
So Rune Factory is basically like a more focused RPG with like Animal Crossing features into it, right?
Yeah, because I mean, like it's like the game's Harvest Moon. It's like Stardew Valley for anyone who may know those games. You're honestly it's like a slice of life game that you're playing, but yeah, it does have RPG elements. It apparently is not, or at least I'm hoping that with I have the Art of Rune Factory 5, right? On the last page, it says the story of Rune Factory continues. Now, again, there was many year break between Rune Factory 4 and Rune Factory 5. So if they're making Rune Factory 6 already, I'm ready. I'm already ready.
I like that game devs sometimes they'll be like, oh, we're working on we released this and we've been working on this one project for like years on end, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, a year later they released it and we're like, wow, that was quick. Like, actually, I've been working on that project alongside that.
Yeah.
So I like that because that means they're passionate and they're confident about their games and they know it's going to be good. So they'll just make a sequel like
that
immediately.
Is good, yeah.
And to me, that's kind of good for like more morality, because if you really think about it, when someone's making a game and doing all this kind of stuff, there's like a certain passion that you put into it. Like think of it as like you're painting, and then you're just getting all these ideas, like how we play D&D.
Yeah.
And then we were just like, oh, I like this character, so like I want to do this and do that, but like also like this idea, so I'm use that idea for a different character and all that. So, you know what I mean? I think that's a good idea that some game companies do.
That's what I'm excited about. Kev, did you find out about Odyssey? One Piece?
Yeah, I was just watching the trailer. Apparently, it kind of looks like a Dragon Quest type of thing. The people who made, they worked on some Dragon Quests, the more recent ones. They've worked on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I was just looking at other projects they've done. They helped with Nier Automata, Code Vein.
Ooh, Code Vein?
Yeah, Voice of Cards.
Wow.
Ooh.
So is it a traditional RPG then?
It's turn-based, yeah.
Oh, Okay.
So I didn't think it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be action like most of them, but yeah. So I was thinking it's like more of like a kind of more of like a what the fuck, Dragon Quest. There.
I mean, if it's like Dragon Quest, that's cool because we don't have like mainstream media games that still use traditional RPGs anymore. Usually, just go on the whole action based, like what happened with Final Fantasy 15 and what's soon to happen with 16 when it comes out.
And the creators apparently helped with it because it's for like One Piece's the manga's 25th anniversary, and I can't believe One Piece is already 25 years old.
And it's still going, correct?
Yeah.
Is it really 25 years old?
Yeah.
The
Oh
story
my
behind
god.
that.
Oh.
That's quite a bit.
Pretty
Now,
good.
do we have a release date of any type? Maybe year?
No, I think maybe next year.
Maybe next year for the One Piece one?
Yeah.
All right. And then Mako, you've been
Oh,
playing.
no, this is coming 2022.
Ooh, so later this
coming
year
out
then.
this year.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So 2022. 2022. Mako, you've been playing Warframe, right? What's going on with Warframe recently?
Warframe. All right, so it's currently the 9th anniversary for Warframe, so 9 years, probably a little bit more.
I can't believe that's so much.
And with that, there's an event that's going on. So every week they'll put out 2 alert quests, and with those, there either be a weapon that's that's very new. They'll do like a Dax. Right now, this week is like Dax Sabris, which is like a rifle, and it looks like a Tenogen rifle in a way. Like the design, because it has like the little like Tenogen logo on the gun, and also there's a cape, or I forgot what it was called in Warframe.
The Sandanas?
Sedanas, yeah, there you go. And that one's like looks like Tenogen stuff. So every week there's going to be 2 alerts that give unique weapons or cosmetic stuff for your Warframes, and yeah, and also there's a new Prime called Garuda Prime. Garuda being the blood using Warframe, and there's a couple things that change with her. I can't really tell you because in fact, the reason why I'm so tired today is because I was up playing that and haven't really slept at all. So I'm trying to get to all the pieces for that, but I'll definitely find out what she does and what's different about her and I'll talk more about that on our next episode.
I'm just quickly looking up online. Someone had said recently reworked with a brand new passive for Garuda that doubles her damage provided she's bathed in enough blood.
Yeah, so I did hear about that actually. So the more blood that she gets in her, I think she has like a meter on the side, and then the more blood she gets, the more damage she does. And I think it is increased from like 5% to like 15% now.
I mean, that's good. It's still a rework, which is
really
nice.
Yeah, I did like playing her, but yeah, she did feel like she was missing something when I played her.
And with her release, as usually when it comes to primes, there's 2 new weapons as well. They're her signature weapons, like the crossbow that she comes with, and then I think there's a pistol that comes with her as well, and they're both primes. And because of there's a new prime, which usually indicates there's a vaulted prime, so they vaulted Haros.
Oh,
which
okay.
is very odd because usually you'll think that they would stay because that Haro just came out like last year, but they vaulted him.
Maybe they're trying to. I know that they're doing some new systems and whatnot. They might be trying to.
The shorter rotations of the vaulted stuff.
Yeah, get the rotations going. Kev, what have you heard about Breath of the Wild and whatnot?
Oh, that's been pushed back to 2023.
Any reason why? It was just
really
getting slowed, or
I just assume COVID.
Oh, was it
Stuff like
COVID?
I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm guessing.
At least until spring 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we got, Sons of the Forest, which is the sequel to
The Forest.
The Forest, which Mako, you've played The Forest, correct?
I have.
Yeah. So we're the Sons of the Forest is the next one, but that one's being pushed back. It looks like until October this year. I believe it was supposed to come out a little bit earlier.
That's fine. We're at the age where things get pushed back. It just like it's fine.
I
It's
mean,
not like how we were younger when we like, oh, it got pushed back. Now I have to wait till next summer to get the game.
I mean, it sucks too. Again, with COVID, still out there, still affecting work and whatnot. And then the new Final Fantasy live letter, which we'll delve into. So this April, mid-April, is when we're getting this big patch. We're getting a big enough patch to where it's going to have the 24-man alliance. It's going to have the new housing district. It's going to have a revamped of the adventuring journal, or technically like your achievement thing. We're actually going to get player cards that we can flare out to kind of like make a unique card, I guess, of who we are. We'll be getting increased glamour slots instead of I think we have 15, or do we have 20? I think it's increasing by 10 to 5 more, which doesn't seem like a lot, but hey, that's better than nothing. And then the actual glamour dresser is doubling. So instead of 400, we're going to be getting 800 glamour slots. So yes. Kev can finally ease up on some retainers.
Most of my bags full of glamour one.
It's the purging of my retainers now.
I know, right?
Oh my god. Oh.
So we have that, and then some other stuff that's happening with the live letter itself is going to be happening this Friday, but it's going to be happening at like 4 a.m. Kev's time. Seeing as I have to take Etsu to school that day, I sure as hell am not just staying up just to see that. No thanks. I will definitely look at the Reddit notes later.
Yep.
Or I'll even look at the Discord that we're in that typically translates the live letter as it's happening, if it's just in Japanese with no English talking at all.
Yep.
But yeah, so they're doing the 24-man raid. We're not getting a new Pandemonium raid. We are getting new extreme trials, which come with new mounts. We are going to be fighting Medion Savage in her final days one, where she, brings up the fucking wings and all that shit.
She fucking crashes planets. She's like, this is my depression. You must go face it.
Yep, that's what she's going to be doing. Which that's going to be pretty exciting, honestly. Very hyped for that. On the topic of Final Fantasy, I do plan to start an alt character because I don't care to level up the other classes that I have. Like, I don't care to level up the last melee. I don't care to level up the last tanking classes that I have. I cannot bring myself to get them to 90, honestly. Plus, knowing that I get a damn featherhead as my reward for getting everything to 90, I don't care. I want to play the classes that I have fun with, and I want to re-level them again just to have fun with them. I don't plan to actually like main this alts, but I'm definitely going to be streaming my progress the entire time, just kind of like going through the story, seeing what's changed since, I've played it since it came out, and I've never gone back for New Game Plus or anything since then. So I'm looking forward to seeing what how fun it is to level them up.
That's cool. I honestly don't see the point of making ults, but I understand what you're coming at, because you just want to play the classes again and then just go through it over again.
I was the same way. I like every time we met someone in Final Fantasy, they're like, I'm gonna go to my alt. I'm like, you're what? This game that provides you one of every class on a character, you're going to an alt? At this point, again, like I've leveled up so many classes up to 90, but I loved playing the game, and I love specifically, getting loot, leveling, getting experience, stuff like that. So it's just going to be a casual class or it's going to be a casual alt that I play, maybe when Kevin goes to work, stuff like that. If I'm just at home doing whatever, I just want something to do in the game, because again, I love Final Fantasy, but there's only so much I care to do on my main that I haven't already done. Or again, if it is something on my main, I need help with others. Go mount farming, go get these achievements over here. But
if we go back into raiding, if it's max level, it could be an extra slot of like, I already did it on my main, but I can help you on my ult. Like someone we knew that had 4 ults to help. He was in different raid groups.
He did. He had 4 ults to help with other raid groups. Like, and he never stopped playing.
Yeah.
You must have so much time on your hands to make that many characters in a game that big.
Yes, yeah. And I'm talking like this was like Stormblood rating, so I think the cap was like 80 or 70 at the time. So like he leveled everything to 70. And it was mainly just the same class. Like he's like, oh, I've got 4 warriors. I'm like, I get that you like warrior. I'm not saying you can't like it.
I don't see the reason why you need 4.
Yeah.
I just don't. That to me, that just makes no sense. But I guess whatever. Cool flex.
And how have you been feeling with Persona recently, Maku?
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. It is a weird fighter. I'm trying to get used to the fact that you have 2 different types of lights and mediums.
What the hell are lights and
heavy,
mediums?
Lights and heavies. Lights, the light punches, heavy kicks.
Oh, okay.
Usually in a fighting game, you have either a light punch, a light kick, a heavy punch, or a heavy kick. Or in the case of like Street Fighter, you have light, mediums, and heavy. So you have light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, and then
Jesus.
same thing with oh, you think that's bad? You should see Tekken.
No, I don't want to see it.
Tekken.
No.
Tekken fights like each button is a joint of your body. So you have a left punch, one button's a left punch, one's a right punch, one's a left kick, one's a right kick, and then depending on how heavy you want to do them, Tekken's complicated. I'm not going to get into it, but for Persona, it's a cool game. Trying to get used to it. My only gripe is the online right now. There is no rollback netcode as of right now.
And what is a what code?
Rollback netcode. Rollback netcode is a... How do I
It's
describe
how they facilitate online interactions with each other. Like if someone lags, it will be like, "Did you take that damage?" I guess, or like if it just dictates how they interact.
Oh,
people's connections.
Are you saying it's bad then, or
right now it's not good because there are choppy animations. I thought so too, but apparently they said they're gonna implement it during the summer because they wanted to get the game out as fast as possible, and then they'll implement the rollback netcode in the summer, which is odd because usually fighting games don't do that. But then again, this is Atlas, so they don't really make that many fighting games in the first place.
Are you still having fun with it at least?
I'm having fun with it. I am trying to understand the mechanics of it because you have to use your character and then you have your persona that comes out, and you have to use both of them at the same time to implement combos. And everybody plays extremely different from everybody else. So one character feels like you're playing like a Guilty Gear game, while the other one feels like you're just playing like a weird anime fighter. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird game. I play a character who likes to do baseball stuff.
Oh, what's the character's name?
Junbei.
Junbei. Perfect.
He's from Persona 3, right, Kev?
Yeah, he's from 3, yeah.
He's from 3. And he's very weird because he has... So on the bottom of the screen next to his super bar, he has a baseball diamond. And right next to it, there's like 3 dots. There's these 3 sections with 3 dots in them, or more than 3. But anyway, there's one that says like for S for strikes. The other ones it says O for outs. And then there's F for foul. And then every time you hit the person with the ball, there's like a little dot that goes onto the diamond scene, indicating that one of your imaginary players of baseball got to first base. And then you have to keep on doing that. And then once you get one person to go all the way around, you get like a number on the diamond. And then when you reach 10 points, you get a buff. It's very he's a very, very complicated character.
That's just like, hi, I wanted to get into fighting games. don't play this character specifically.
Remember when Babe Ruth would juggle like the new players and
it sounds. I'm following what you're saying, but it sounds like so much.
It's very complicated. He's a very complicated character, and I don't know why I enjoy him more than like all the easier characters. But for some reason, he's just cool because he has like a move where like he spins rapidly and then he hits really hard with the bat. And it's cool. I like him. Like him.
That's good. That's how I'm with like Astrologian. Like Astrologian still is pretty tough because you not only have to know the fight and learn it pretty quickly, because Astrologian is all about, and Final Fantasy, it's all about pre-healing, getting those heals ready to, like, you foresee the goddamn damage happening. Yeah. And then you're like, hi, including foreseeing, I also throw out damage buffs occasionally, and you're just like, oh, so much. Like, it's so much, but I enjoy it. But at the same time, when I don't want to do it, that's why I just go back to White Mage. It's very basic. I have 2 fucking offensive spells I use.
Yeah, and that's it. Trust me, I know, because I played Astrologian, and Astrologians are fucking nerve-wracking compared to everybody else, or the White Mage that I play, because I haven't played Scholar.
How's everyone's Elden Ring build going? Are we still on the same thing from last week?
My build has changed. I got rid of intelligence.
And you're now...
I am... monkey. Yeah, I returned to monkey. I went to dexterity now, and some arcane because I'm doing a blood build, I guess, because I still don't understand how blood is proccing from arcane, because I read the stat and it didn't really indicate that, like it procs stuff.
It gives more of a bar when the proc, like think of it like with low arcane, you do like a madness thing, it fills someone by like a quarter of their madness bar. If you have higher arcane, you can maybe fill it to half or like 80% of their bar.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I'm doing a dex build.
Good. Kev, are you still the same build from last week?
No, I've changed like 3 times. I'm like strength, faith, arcane right now. It's pretty fun.
And you've been enjoying the Beastman's?
Yeah, because my main 2 weapons are the Prelate's big-ass hammer, if I want to bonk someone.
Oh, so the hammer.
Weapon where you, like, pray, Knight's Prayer or something. You, like, do that, then your next hit's fucking huge. And I also have the Beast Dagger that boosts up Beast incantations, and I've just been throwing boulders and fucking... I never noticed the Beast Claw, like the little vulgar militia people do. It makes, like, a fucking noise before you, like, let it go, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a fucking cool side. It'd be like a chainsaw.
I'm still intellect. I have a lot of faith, though, and I have a lot of arcane as well, so I've literally been using healing spells, like the good healing spells. I've been doing good buffs. I still have my Comet Azure, which is the Hyper Beam. I'm not as powerful. Oh, so this is funny. So because I have Hyper Beam, normally Kev loves to join me on the Hyper Beam escapades. And he's like, my Hyper Beam doesn't seem to be doing very much. I'm like, well, do you have your 2 trinkets on that boost your sorcery? And do you have that other spell that also increases the potency of your sorceries? He's like, I'm going to go ahead and rebirth. I will be
I was like, I'm at the library right now. I'm not wasting
yeah. So then he had like 30 extra stats to do whatever he wanted with. And he's like, I guess I'll dump it into this one instead.
Hey, yeah. I have 40 endurance and 40 vigor now. This is great.
It's just, I don't understand how, like, people can integrate, like, a one stat and another stat and then try to make a feasible build on that, because of, to me, when I was playing dexterity and intelligence, yeah, they could coincide with each other very well. It's just, I didn't really get that feeling with that, because you also have to worry about your mind, because you can only do so many spells and stuff, but you also don't want to be squishy, so you have to put stuff into vigor and then
get good.
Yeah,
just don't get
or yeah, but even if you want to, like, put on, like, heavier armor because you're getting hit too many times, and you want to be able to soak up some damage, so you have to put points into endurance and stuff. There's so much micromanaging in the game.
There is, yeah. Kev's definitely been my, like,
more in one direction. You can't spread yourself too thin.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pretty fucking thin. I have 26 vigor, 35 mind. I have 15 endurance. I have 12 or 14 strength. That's just like the bare minimum I need to wield my swords. I have 24 dex. I have 68 intellect. I have 40 faith and 35 arcane. I am pretty fucking thin. I know I need to just go into intellect. But I'm having so much fun because my dragon breaths do a shit ton of damage, and then my hyper beam is still pretty fucking good. So
Yeah, that's why I like doing strength build, because you literally only have to worry about is 3 things: vigor, endurance, and strength.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's nothing else.
Yeah.
You do so much damage.
I mean,
and you get a weapon at max plus, you're golden.
You know what I mean? Like before, when we beat Malenia pre-nerf, I abandoned spell casting. I was like, I'm not fucking cast spells. I'm just hit this bitch till she's dead. I fucking like goodbye intellect and faith. I had like 75 dexterity and like 35 arcane, and I had like 2 dual like curved swords that had bleed on it with the blood step, and that's how we beat her because that was the best way.
Yeah, he did
She's
that.
ridiculous.
I took off all my faith and arcane, and I just dumped it straight into intellect, just so I could do the most intellect. And I dumped a lot of it into mind too, because I was like, I need a hyper beam for as long as I can, because it continuously eats up your mana as you cast it. So every time she was in like flower mode, like she's like, I'm kind of a beautiful flower who's gonna dive bomb you. I'm like, all right, hyper beam. I would aim my hyper beam at her, it would follow her down, and then I would just shoot her as she was staying dead. I didn't realize until Kev had done it multiple times that she has scarlet rot erupting in that flower, because I'm always like, why does he never go in? Why isn't he in there killing her? Oh, scarlet rot will kill him. That's why.
Yeah, see, Melee's the working class. You're just like, why is that poor person not running up to him? Do your job.
When you cast that spell, because I haven't really got that spell yet, are you invincible while you're casting it, or no? You
No,
still get knocked.
You get hit. Good. It ate up your mana and your revving up casting animation, because you have to. You have your staff in this hand. You're just normal, like, I have a sword, I have a staff, and then it's like I put my sword away, I bring my staff back. I'm like, and then you have to stand there in that motion, and I'm like, don't move. And then the lions are the worst. You've met the lions with the fucking scyther sickles on their arms, right? They're like, you know. Yeah, the lions, like, I think we maybe talked about it beforehand, like, the AIs in the game, when you cast a spell, even if it's not aimed towards them, they automatically jump. So when they read it, lets you do. So when I hyper beam, they'll get hit. They're like, what is this? They will instantly jump away within 2 seconds, and I'm like, I did no fucking damage. And then I'm like, come back. They'll see that I'm still casting it. They'll jump away again, though they're not even near it. They're like, here's hyper beam. Hear me jump away. I'm gonna jump even further away. If I keep hyper beaming, they come closer, and then they jump again away, and I'm like, you and I are getting nearer. I'm damaging no one. You're not damaging me. You just keep jumping away from me. It's just the lions that are the most aggravating, because they're the most agile creatures.
I like fighting them, especially when you have quick step, because it's a lifesaver against those guys.
Oh yeah, Bloodhound Step has been my.
I can't wait till I get that one, because I really need that in my fucking.
So good. Remember, you can also if you have it on like other characters, like Lost Ashes of War, which are the things that allow you to duplicate Ashes of War and stuff like that. You can duplicate Ashes of War and have them drop to other classes. Like you can. Oh yeah. You could drop it to another class if you wanted it specifically.
I just literally haven't found it yet. That's my problem.
It's a Night Cavalry person, isn't it?
It's in the Caelid location though.
Oh, it's a Night Cavalry person?
Yeah, it's one of the Night Cavalries. He's got which is funny because
Caelid, I think.
It is in Caelid. It's by the Farum Great Bridge.
I explained it, because this character hasn't even stepped foot in Caelid. I'm waiting till I'm stronger to hit that place. That place is a fuck.
That's what we did. So we realized that because we're trying to progress quest lines as best as we can. So like, we're trying to go through the whole story just until we got to the farming place legitly. Because if you don't care for draconic eyes, you can just do the shortcut, which will give you bloodshot eyes instead. Yeah. So when we were doing that the long way, we had progressed Belide's quest line, for like Ronnie and all that. Like we progressed it so much that when we went to the castle that we go into, the Redmane Castle, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, with the festival over it.
Yeah, you actually will go into an empty castle with no ads except for the lions alive if you progress Blide's quest enough before you even set foot in there.
Yeah, because we were going there yesterday and we're like, yeah, there's nothing here. It was the trebuchet people. It was just empty.
Like there weren't arrows being shot at us. The trebuchets weren't, and we were like scared. Like I'm already bloodhound stepping across the bridge, and I'm like, why are we not being shot? Where's
wait a minute.
Where's the enemies?
I thought because that happened on my first character.
Yeah, Redmane Castle.
That was intentional.
No, Redmane Castle's supposed to be filled with enemies, and there's actual loot back there too. There's a whetstone that you can't access when this festival's happening. When it's empty, you lose out on cookbooks, whetstones, and some other upgrade materials, stuff like that. What happens is you progressed someone's, like, there's apparently 3 separate options. You either went to the Grand Lift of Decus, the Grand Decus lift beforehand. You either progressed Blide's quest too far, or you entered somewhere else, which automatically started that quest right there of the festival. When you're done killing Radon on the horse and all that jazz, you actually need to go back, sit down after you've gone to the witch hunter Gale lookalike motherfucker.
Right.
When you go to him, exhaust his dialogue, go sit down, reset. Everyone will be back. Like the doors will open up that actually have locked you out of loot. Enemies that weren't there will now spawn and will be there. The trebuchet dudes will be out front. The giant will be there. Pumpkinhead will be there. Like there's so many ads that are there that weren't there because we found it when they were in there. So we found all these ads and we're like, damn, this is a tough place. And again, we were ready to get our ass handed to us. And instead we were met with like just peace and tranquility.
Because like my first playthrough with my first character, because I haven't gone there with my Dex character yet, because that place is ridiculously tough. Yeah, but my first character, I got there and then there was nothing there when I stormed the castle. So I'm like, okay, so let me this might be normal. So I just traversed the place and I saw there was a lion, but I was just like, I'm not gonna fucking fight you. So I went around. And then I found Blide and them and the guy announcing about the festival and whatnot.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay.
If you ever do go there again with this new character, and if it's empty again, once you killed Radon, like you have to sadly kill him, so you have to kill the boss with the sad horse story. You have to kill him. Go back to a Grace, which is real close to the festival beginnings. Like you'll end up going through a hallway, and that's where the festival people are. That's actually the boss room of another fight. There's a Grace right to the right as you're going into that boss room for the first time.
You fight the big lion misbegotten. And the Crucible Knight, they're partnered together. That's the boss there.
Oh, fuck.
So, and when one gets to half health, which you first fight the Misbegotten, that's when the other one comes in.
Oh, okay.
And,
so
and
it's just straight up orange stain and smoke?
Well, I guess this is the Crucible Knight that he does
the Beetle Shield one. And
he does the dragon tail. Like he'll swipe his tail and then he'll swipe his tail again, which is a bigger AoE. That one's killed me so many times.
The Gal version, the whatchamacallit, Evergal.
Yeah, those Crucible Knights. Yeah. There's that guy. He'll be in there after the Misbegotten gets to like half health. Okay. But yeah, that was very interesting because we did not see that. And again, we were met with the opposite of you. We found them, and they were enemies, all that jazz. And then after we cleared them out, that's when others, or that's when the bosses had shown up, so to say.
Yeah, I guess I remember doing that quest, and then like on my first character, and then I was just so hyped to do something with Blide because Blide is the coolest guy in the entire game.
Hell yeah, Blide best boy.
And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do your storyline until we finish it because it's really cool. And then I was like, okay, the festival, cool.
Oh my gosh, Radon was so much easier this time around.
Oh really?
Yes.
Did he nerf him?
Oh my god.
Yeah, he got a big nerf.
Oh.
Big. Either it was his health was nerfed along with his damage, but in the time frame that it took Kevin to summon, he got a few hits in, and then Radon died. I summoned everyone. Kev went in there with the summons, and then by the time he went into his second phase, I went to go resummon some people. He was already dead before I could even resummon people. Like he died so
that's crazy.
quickly.
Okay, I might just go to Caelid then, because that's literally the only reason why I'm not going to Caelid right now, because I feel like I'm underpowered to fight Radahn.
I would suggest too, if you want to try to get like exploring everything, because there were, after again we're close to like 350 hours in the game, there were some dungeons that we had never been into that were very close, like right under our noses on the map. They were very interesting to
We fist fought a rune bear.
We did fist fight a rune bear.
Rune bear.
So you know the rune bears are the big alpha bears that have markings on their chests, and they can outrun your horse. Yeah, they're called rune bears.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I would call them luchador bears because they fucking grip.
That's alpha bears. That's why they called them.
Maku, they hug you.
Yeah.
I didn't know this because I've never fought one legitly, and I've never been able to let one hug me. When we were fist fighting this one, because it was a very early,
low level cave.
like no joke. So you know where Limgrave is? Like it's Limgrave, Weeping Peninsula, Liurnia of the Lakes is up here. It's literally right past Limgrave. Right in Liurnia of the Lakes is a hidden cave in the very back down below, lake facing cliff. And we found the rune bear, and at first we were like, oh, you know, as usual, even though we were wrecking everything in there, we like buffed ourselves up and all that jazz. And then he did like like barely get our health.
This opportunity to study its movement, so when we fight rune bears in the actual wild, we know how to dodge it. And I just started punching it with like no equipment.
It was
I think somebody posted. Did you post it in the Discord or something? Her character was covered in blood because for like half an hour we were just fucking punching this rune bear, doing like.
I'm not like we definitely were in there for quite some time, just fist punching a rune bear, and then like so the rune bear gets up on his hind legs, and then he's like, he slams down, but he grabs you in a hug, and then he's like, which it did less damage than his actual hit. He would hit you for like a 10th. He would hug you for like a 20th of your health. You're like, thanks, that was nice.
Yeah, fight him legitly though.
We have before by accident, like in I don't remember. Do you remember how we get to the death root place to progress Fia's questline? There's there's another underground place that's connected to another underground place, but it's kind of weird to get to this underground place, and it's all about death. Now, the best part about this is there's a big fucking arcing waterfall. Well, there's a rune bear hiding behind one of them. Like we're so
in
here's
the death place, or is it outside?
No, it's in the death place. Like so, the whole place is all about death, because you find a lot of death related lore and stuff like that. But at one point, like, the waterfall's coming down. Kev and I are like, you know, here's the wall, here's the waterfall. We're getting in between it. Kev was picking up loot or something, and I'm like, there's a cave. There's a rune bear. We backed out. It was too late. He already saw us. He came out. He wrecked us like a wrecking ball, like, hands down. He was just like, you're here to play. Yay! I hated it. It was tough to deal with that. I definitely hated it.
Yeah, there's so much I haven't discovered in that game, and that's why I'm doing a third play. I have to do a third playthrough because there's so much crap.
Oh, on that note, what I was gonna say was load up the Elden Ring interactive map, and just load up bosses. So just put bosses on the map so that not too much is on there, because typically where a boss is good loot, and that is honestly how we've been finding these dungeons, these hidden dungeons that we never knew were there before.
Speaking of interactable map, there's an app in the the fucking Google Store, which basically, if you have a tablet or a phone, you want to just have that on the side. You don't want to like look at another screen on your monitor, or you don't want to like alt tab like how I have to because I only have one monitor. There's literally an app that you can have that has an interactable map of everything in the game, and it highlights everything, and it's also a achievement tracker as well. And also,
it's for Elden Ring?
It's for Elden Ring.
Okay, good.
I know my tablet's dead, so I have to recharge it because I want to give whoever designed that props. It's a really, really cool thing to have. It's really handy. Just be like, okay, I'm just going to clear this, and then just pop on my tablet, and then that's all she wrote. It's a really cool app. and I recommend anybody who wants to have it use it.
Good. That could be helpful. Then definitely have to look to that on my phone, because typically I have to tap out of the game. But if I tap out of the game for too long, it gets mad at me and it crashes. So I've definitely met with that
My
before.
game crashed like twice yesterday. I was like, "Why you crashed on me now, Elden Ring? You never crashed in the past 300 hours."
I had to fucking do a integrity check because I was in the ant dungeon.
Yeah.
And then I got to the part where there's like the Scarlet Rot area where you look outside, and then I started getting graphical distortions and shit. And I was getting graphical issues, so I had to like do an integrity check and then fix the problem.
I know that I noticed what Kev had noticed. So whenever someone like invades his world or invades my world, like the typical constant Erd tree leaves that are following that are nice and golden, they will actually stop, shift back and forth, and then continue to fall sideways. I was
There's a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, I was just like, they're moving back and forth. What? He's like, yeah, that's what I can normally see that. That's when I know someone's invading because of the leaves. I'm like, wow, that's bad. You can tell when someone's invading by the leaves. Shh, wait. Someone's invading. I can see.
Oh, look, deja vu.
Yeah. Oh, and then I want to try to get as many people as I can into a map run soon in Final Fantasy.
We're gonna gather up for a map
I would
run?
love to gather up for a map because I'm broke still. The housing stuff is coming out, so I would like to try to ensure a large house for the FC. If not, we're just moving medium. We're going to Shirogane then. Simple as that. But the goal is to get a large FC house in Shirogane because the new housing area, the Ishgard, I don't remember what they called it. It's something Ishgard. I want to say Emporium, but that's definitely not
The
it.
restoration area,
Yeah,
whatever.
it is now that they've promoted the housing. They're actually bringing the housing out. So yeah, I'm really hyped to be able to actually, get the house. But I know that we have money saved, yes, but I would again like to get that nice cushion money because if we do get a large, we're gonna need to decorate it. Because this medium's only 2 floors, we'll have 3 floors.
Or we get our friend Autumn to do it for us.
I know, Autumn. Yeah, Autumn. I'm sure he'll have a heyday. He would probably love a large FC house to just decorate. But yeah, I just want to be able to get the maps done, and then technically my birthday's coming up soon, and I would love to do drunken maps as well.
Yeah, we can do that.
That I think would be pretty fun.
We can totally do that.
And then I want to start playing other multiplayer games too. Like again, not that I'm bored with Elden Ring. Don't get me wrong, but I'll be honest. I kind of miss hanging with everyone. As much as I love you, Kev, I love to hang out with others too occasionally, and I just want to be able to play.
I'm the one who says we should all the time.
I know, and I'm the one that's like, I don't want to talk to.
They don't put it on me. I'm the one who says we should talk to people, and you're like, no, I don't feel like it today.
I did. Just so we're real clear, I'm the one who hasn't been feeling the best. That's why we don't want to talk to anyone. But Kev just kind of deals with me, and that's why we don't talk. But I miss talking with everyone. So you're probably going to end up seeing us more in the Discord, just popping in, hanging out there, hoping that others come and join us.
Yeah, it's fun. I haven't been talking to much people anyway, so...
Loner. I don't think any of us have. I feel, I miss talking with Ryan. I miss talking with Andrew, who
He's
I
in
think
Lost
sounds
Ark
like me
world.
half the time. Oh yeah, he's still playing Lost Ark. Oh yeah, did you hear that? Granted, I don't watch too much Lost Ark news unless it's on headlines of Asmon's videos, but there might be a make or break update coming up soon for Lost Ark where it might make it to where the players are excited, or it might break it to where no one wants to play it again. I don't know what the update was about because again, I don't watch his videos too much.
Okay.
But he was, he stays up with Lost Ark because he definitely does still play that game.
I'm sure
It's just the gender locking for me because I want to be a specific martial arts class.
Yeah.
That's only a female can. I'm just like, oh, I could make a cool looking female, but in the end, whenever I play an MMO, I want to be a boy.
Exactly. I have no objective playing a female. In fact, I like in fighting games. There's a bunch of female characters that I like playing as.
Yeah, my main is a female in like Street Fighter. I love Jury, but that game you can't customize anything.
Yeah, and when a game you have option to customize something, you want to make someone that you have a picture of doing something.
Yeah, I made my Elden Ring guy look as close to me as possible.
He did really good. Yeah, our characters. I made my girl. I think I made her look cute this go around. Last time I fucked up her chin, and it was like she was like this. So when she turned, I was like, "Where's her chin?"
It's inside her neck.
Chin. Yeah, I was like, "Girl, where's your chin?" And then when I fixed it, it was like.
Sadly, if I do make a character that looks like me, every single piece of armor is gonna look very weird. So I just make an anime character.
I mean, I'm typically one who wants to make them pretty, but my go-to is I want to look like myself in this game. I will definitely do that, and then typically Kevin's like, I was playing with custom character creator, and I made this beautiful girl. I'm like, let me copy paste that. That looks way fucking better than how I made myself. Come here.
To be fair, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, my first character I made, I was trying to imagine myself looking cool like Gara, and Kevin's like, why do you got raccoon eyes? I was like, oh.
This is dark circles like this big.
Cool. Apparently wasn't cool.
Gara has fucking man lighter on. He's not a goddamn trash bandit.
I do, because they were like eye darkening. I'm like, dark. So I like black like all around my eyes. I was like, hey there.
To be fair though, there is armor that makes me feel comfortable on, and it's the god skin armor because it's super close to how my body is. So
no, I was so grossed out when I first saw those dudes. I was like, man, you're large. You're not even the creature. Because then like Kev's like, look at his tail. I'm like, he has a tail. I'm like, oh my god, he's wearing skin. That's not even him.
And he just fucking like throws his fat around. There's
he's like.
There's a fucking. I know I'm a typical Maku. This is gonna see. There's a fucking guy in Tekken who's literally fat, and he's fast as fuck when you fight him. But the reason why is because when he fights, he literally throws his fat around and makes him really, really fast. Oh, so that's why he's fast.
What a weapon of mass destruction!
He's a really cool person to play, but it's weird to see a really big guy doing all this flips and shit and fucking.
It's like Rufus.
Yeah. I'm talking about Bob.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He's just like Rufus from Street Fighter. But...
Yeah. Oh yeah, you've been playing Project Warlock, right?
Yes, I have.
Did you know that there's a second one coming out soon in early access?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's coming in June.
Ooh,
yeah, it looks pretty good from like the pictures I've seen.
Oh, I'm okay. Shit, like I just got into it recently. It's really fun. Let me see that. Let me see. Ooh. Oh, it's a different character. It's not that weird. Is that a female? Or is that just a young dude? That's probably a young dude.
Aren't we all young dudes?
I was at one point. I was a handsome young dude. Now I'm a handsome old man.
At least you're still handsome. That's what matters right there. Right there. The handsomeness.
Still have some guns.
You got it.
It's supposed to come out in June this year.
June. Okay.
Gore retro funhouse that's full of guns, magic, demons, vertical arenas, 3D visuals, 2D sprites, heavy metal music.
It's everything I love. It's literally everything I love.
I just like the description right here. Project Warlock 2 is the explosive boomer shooter sequel you were too shy to ask for.
I fucking love boomer shooter. I love whoever made that like terminology is fucking brilliant. I fucking love boomer shooter games. They're so good.
Pretty good ones.
I just call them like Doom-like shooters, but I guess boomer shooter is the best phrase for it now.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Fucking good. I love that game. I love. Man, I feel like I want to play it. I shouldn't play it after this, but I need to get some sleep. But I might.
I mean, you could just stay awake for the next couple of hours. It's okay.
I mean, I am to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to sleep and say, "Fuck you, I can sleep."
Right. You gotta stay up another hour, so you're like, I'm gonna nap. I'm good.
I'm probably gonna make coffee after this. I'm yawning.
Well, on that note, we have reached our limit like normal. Which again, thank you guys for anyone who's out there listening to us. We're just sitting here having fun, dicking around with gaming news.
This is literally our conversations every time we get on the Discord.
Yeah.
So
maybe not as like well thought out, because sometimes we were just sitting there dead quiet. We ain't got shit to talk about. We're just like.
That just means our friendship has blossomed to the point where we don't need to say anything.
Perfect. Someone's gonna come in, say hi. Huh? You were here? Oh,
you. Hi.
But again, thank you guys. We are huge gaming, and have a good one.
Wait.
Oh.
Plug in.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
But yeah. Anyone got some plugins they would like to plug in? My Twitch stream. I will remember this time to put the Twitch. Everyone's Twitch is down because I completely spaced that last time.
You sure did.
I'll put Twitch streams. Anything else we want to plug in?
My name's Kevin. I live in Vancouver. If you see me, give me a high five or a hug. Those are nice.
Don't hug him. Nice. As his fiance, please don't hug my fiance. You can high five him. You can't hug him.
Hug him to the point where his back is not hurting anymore.
Yeah.
Give him a big old bear hug.
Please don't break him.
Break him. Break that boy.
Michael, would you like to plug?
Nothing really to plug. Just my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Tasumaku. And I believe my YouTube channel is youtube.com/MakuClemix, MAKUU, KLEMIX. She will plug that this time in the Discord. So,
I'm putting a note down now to plug it into our comments, and it'll be pinned for the top comments. All right.
I will be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, right?
Yeah, Wednesday, my dude.
I will probably stream tomorrow. What I will stream, I do not know. Maybe some Persona, maybe some Monster Hunter Rise. I do not know. Maybe Elden Ring. Maybe I'll probably cave it and do Elden Ring.
Good luck.
I don't want to do a fist build. I want better fist weapons if they do DLC, because I just want to punch dudes.
Well, actually, fucking Cestus builds are a thing, and they're really good. And people.
I know I've done it. I've done bleed ones, and they worked really well. But I want like the ones from DS2 or DS3 where you do like fucking kung fu moves and like kicks and those special like fist weapons. There's the down to Godfrey, but I would love to have like Godfrey's moveset where he punches and he stomps on the ground and shakes the ground.
Suplexes.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right, well, you guys have a good one. We're gonna end it here. We're probably just gonna continue talking in the Discord, but we'll be back again. We're huge gaming. Thanks for always hanging out and watching our stuff. Bye, guys.
We're here.